Does this bind me in some weird mystical way? He's making it sound like it's just a tradition, but I'm worried it's more than that. Okay, that was creepy.
Delightful. Welcome to the Escalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Well, at least it didn't involve spanking. So I'm now a member of the Escalon Club. It really didn't take much. Apparently killing one of their enforcers was enough to impress them enough to just let me in. Although I do wonder whether or not it's more a matter of having signed that in my own blood, I am now somehow bound by some mystical promise. I am actually supposed to talk to you now, aren't I? That's actually why I came.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
So you know about this, right? You're okay with Edgar?
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
I mean, to be honest with you, that's not a big surprise anyway. If they have mortals in the club who are potential candidates, I mean, I wonder if Edgar's ever come up as a potential candidate. He is smart and apparently has no... Oh, mind you, probably his position in the Brotherhood is... Yeah, okay.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who, what? So you know I killed him, right?
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
So we're that kind of organisation. Good to know.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
I meant...
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he?
That
He
was
clearly
really what
no
I was wondering.
ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Oh, the wolf figures I keep meeting, they are Volcods. And Fergal was just one of them, but somehow could take a human-ish form? Is that what this... Oh, God, you know, I'm trying to figure it out again. That always goes badly.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
Some Scals are peaceful. Some of them are.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, What do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Escalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
What? Ooh. Ooh. I now have a... Okay. Nice. I can now mesmerize up to level 4. That's good. Ask locals about the possible sources of infection in the West End. I have to say, I don't really like Lord Redgrave very much. He seems... Well, he seems like a pompous ass. Basically.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
I'm guessing you're not... a vampire. Aloysius Dawson. Ah. But they've not given you immortality.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Escalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah. Vampire senses never cease to fascinate.
And the fact that you got a walking
They
stick.
dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Yeah, no, so we don't have heartbeats. Why is it I keep seeing hearts in certain... I mean, Scowls, I was expecting it, because they're not fully vampire. And they do seem to have some sort of glowing heart thing. Okay, you know what? I'm trying to figure out this whole heartbeat breathing thing, and I'm going to fail. I am going to fail. You're famous. You are. Are you a club member?
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Why? Yeah, it's a bit of a rude question, but it's pretty obvious that he is. Why haven't you been turned? But
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
And you don't resent that? Just a little?
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reid.
Yeah. And I can't check your medical details.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
You wanted to be a vampire, yeah. So this club is not a secret. It's
Is not the nature
Or
of
at
this
least-
club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
he is
My
a
dear
privileged
Dr. Reid,
few.
I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
And right, so they didn't search him out, he searched them out.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Ah, okay. That does make sense.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson?
Oh, I was going to ask that.
I am a doctor, you know.
My
Oh, no, I
case
did
is
ask that question.
beyond the scope of traditional medicine.
Old.
I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in, to cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
So you don't want to become a vampire? That seems a little odd.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
They are our enemies. Would you help them? Yeah, I mean...
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reid.
Ah. He wants to save the Empire, not vampires. And he doesn't seem to want to become a vampire. Could I be looking at a potential mole?
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Okay, so he's basically choosing this side because he thinks it's got a better chance for success. Still, keeping my eye on him.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Okay.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall.
Oh,
A
God.
formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Yeah. Good luck with that one. It's inefficient. It's true. They never work. Well, you know, you can hold them out for a little while, but they'll always find a way in, and then they're inside the walls. And you're trapped inside with them. It's unfair. Forget unfair, it's inefficient. I have a feeling he doesn't care about fair.
Complete isolation has proven effective throughout history, but the death toll has always been a high one.
I am glad you understand the concept of necessary
That's not what I was saying.
sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
I mean, because the thing is what I was trying to say is I understand the wall. It can keep things out for a while, and
This is an
that
outrage.
can be
We shall
good
chase
for a
these intruders
quarantine.
down.
What are they
I
whinging
was
about?
chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature barely spoke English.
Oh, good grief. What is that? A good dagger. Off-hand melee weapon. Strong but small knife, mainly used to pierce and rip open an opponent. But this is an off-hand weapon. This is... I can't use it here. Seymour's bludgeon. Right. This was a one-handed melee weapon. This was the two-handed melee weapon. For primary weapons... Honestly, I'd never use them anyway, do I? I only have this set up for the pistol. Blood absorption. This absorbs blood? So this is kind of like the used Lister knife. This will actually get me some blood. Get me a lot more blood than that, actually. So I wish I could use that in my normal hand. Have that in the normal hand and the pistol in the other. Use Lupada. Milton shotgun. I like all of it. You know what? I'm going to change back to the shotgun for now. I'm just... Because I'm not getting rid of my club. I'm loving my cudgel. Yes, I am. Still. It's just not a very... It's just not a very vampirish weapon, is it? That's a bloody great big club with spikes in it. Not a lot going on down here. Is this the back door? This is the back door. Right. So, I need to
I
question.
think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Yeah. Everything's been suggesting that. The entire time you've been alive, everything that's been mentioned about this has been suggested that I was sired by an ancient bloody vampire. Okay. You're the rat lady, aren't you?
Rats. Tasty rats. Those clever rodents are cautious now. They won't approach.
Yeah, probably they sense crazy.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. Rats, rats. Many rats around that big house. Funny smell, too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
That was oddly useful, I think.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Okay, have I found something? Reach the first source of infection. There. So this is... No, wait a minute. Family portraits. Right, yeah. So this might be a multiple source kind of thing, right? Probably. Let's just keep looking for more people to talk to. And... Oh, okay, okay. I want to talk to her. That's my friend's wife.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny, I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
No, you're really gonna let me in.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes.
This is important.
For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. Know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
No, I get it. Right, okay, before do we have any hints? I know I should be polite. No, let's talk to her. It's very impolite running around her house.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Yeah, the worst probably happened. Okay.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed
So you
a lot
don't
since
believe...
he returned from the
okay.
war, you know.
She does not believe. You're not ill, are you? No, you're fine.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you. But yeah, why was my... No, let's thank her first.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Yeah, right.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's kind of worse for the people at the war. I mean, I know people who are left behind do suffer, don't get me wrong, but you wouldn't have wanted to trade places. Just saying. Okay. She's worried about the reputation of her family now that her husband is talking about vampires.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
I get it. I get it. Maybe that's a way to get to Clarence. Sort of say, you know what, dude? You just for your wife, abandon this.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus. But you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no?
No.
Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
What do you think?
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
So you don't believe him, basically.
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
Is this before or after she tried to kill me with blood and explosions and stuff? Because that's an important point as to whether it would be a yes or no. All right then.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
All right, more places to check.
Goodbye for now.
And
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
yeah, I'm just I'm checking around to see if there's any sign of rats infection and letters and other things that might give me some clue as to how the hell to distract your husband from
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
yeah. Okay, I don't need your money. I mean, I'd use your money, but I've really got no. Venus's journal. This is what I'm looking for. It's going to be in there. Okay. 9th of July, 1918. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just woke me. He is back from the war alive and unharmed. He will be home. He will be at home in 2 weeks. Oh, he just wrote you. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see my beloved husband again. 14th of August, 1918. Clarence's attitude still worries me. He's not the same since he came back. The first few weeks I thought it was the necessary adjustment period, but his behaviour seems to be more and more erratic. Nowadays, he spends more of his time outside, day and night, searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu. He does not care about me. He is starting to frighten me. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighbourhood. People are starting to laugh at me. Now he wants to organise some public lecture in a recently closed theatre to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he lost his mind over there. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half of his pension, but all of it. plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said, but it's a cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. Today, the butcher, Mr. Galloway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same thing 2 days ago. First, I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions and the epidemic, but it seems my friends still have their financial arrangements from the same shop. I was so ashamed I could not speak. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He's spending all the money we have. I don't see how I can stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Yeah. New hint available. Clarence is spending his family's fortunes. Alright, maybe that is the way to do this. Maybe if I find the evidence and then say, but don't worry, I will take over here. You go back and look after your wife and here's a little bit of money. Stop spending your savings. You know, just to sort of get him off the trail. Oh, we can go that way? Interesting. Could I have come here without an in? Okay, where does this lead? The door won't close. The door won't close, I can't leave. Okay, that was a little odd, but alright, I have found what I came for. I don't think I need to speak to her again, do I? Do you think? I don't think that's unlocked any hints.
What do you need from me, Jonathan?
Pretty sure it's not. I need to talk. Oh, no, it has.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up? I'm so afraid.
Okay then, that's a potential.
Goodbye for now.
Yeah, this is terrible. I'm trying to find a way to manipulate my friend into abandoning this. Yes, I am. However, I now have 2 places I can check in this neighborhood. Where does this go? This is probably the back area that I couldn't. Oh. No, can't go there. Can I zip up there? No, I cannot. And this leads out of the West End, I believe. Pretty sure. Yeah, North Docks. Have I been here? Probably. Okay. Let's try and find Clarence and see if we can nip this in the bud, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to get the evidence he wants. I really think that's going to be something he needs. And then I'm hoping I can convince him
It could be someone you know.
Okay.
Even...
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Right, let's see. Okay.
Do you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence? Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important. Not important when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear Venus cannot understand.
People will laugh at you. He doesn't care about that, but he's gonna need money.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank. I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
People will laugh at you. No, he's not really gonna care about that too much. Okay, no, let's get the... Well, let's ask him about the
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
Okay, so this could just be a lot
You
of
need some rest, Clarence.
nosy
You should try to sleep.
neighbour stuff. But it could also be vaguely important. Alright, when I get all the evidence, I'll give him the evidence, and then I will try to convince him to let me take over or something, that it's safe in my hands. Is this where we're supposed to be going, or is it round the back? I have a feeling we need to go around. I think if I look there, it's at the back. Oh, I'm a bit worried that I'm going to be pushing him in the wrong direction. I'm also worried about that vampire hunter, that I may have pushed him in the wrong direction.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Rats. Enter at your own risk. Ah. And now it can be opened. Prior to this, I had no option. I'm not sensing anything. Okay, stop worrying about... I can zip up there. Alright, we'll... What is that? Remarkable pump action show. Okay. Is this going to be better than 480? No, that's still not better than the one I've got. I don't think. Well, the one I've got is better. Yes, it is. Still. And I can't dual wield. Alright. I've got to go upstairs. I think I'm hearing voices. We will... Well, I'm definitely hearing voices. We'll check downstairs for stuff. Okay, they are... Scals. Are they going to be... Hi. I'm going to take this as a yes. They're hostile. I was about to ask, are they going to be hostile? And the answer is... Okay. Yes! Whoa, we got... Oh, no, not that stuff. I can't get out of the... Oh, I'm just... It's because I'm locked. I'm locked. Okay. Right. Healing, healing, healing. Right, let's have a... Okay! Where are you? Where are you? I need... Oh, no, no, no! Ooh, I don't need that. I definitely don't need that. Oh, this is not good. This is... Right. God. Okay, right, get my shield back on. Okay, got his blood, got his blood, got his blood. I'm trying to reload. God, I hate this thing sometimes. What's that? Is that all? No, I've still got... Oh, God, get... No! Try and stay out of the... God, that's... Oh, I'm in it, I'm in it, I'm in it. Okay, right. No, change weapon again, change weapon again. All right. Oh, God, no! I was trying to hit him at the same time as he's hitting me! Got him! Got him, blood! Got the blood! Got the blood! Okay, no! Just, okay. Either of them will do. Either of them will do. That's one done. That's one done. Where is she? There she is. Okay. Just. Nice. Okay. Oh, God. God, I hate those ones that blink and create.
I've never seen such a radical mutation.
Oh!
Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Could be, I guess. Let's look around for clues. Nothing. Yeah. Alright, I don't have enough shots for this now, do I? Let's switch back. No, I don't. Alright, let's change this to this. Got ammo for that. Oh, letter. Love letter. Darling, thank you for the precious perfume and the fur coat. I can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin, for only you, my hero, can make me feel that desired. Please come back to me soon, for I'm dying to press my timid bosom to your chest again. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me, and I promise you a night of eternal and unbridled passion. Right now, I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Oh yes, I'm burning for you. I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust. Your devoted Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Yes, somebody was being a naughty boy. Yes, he was. Could Doris Fletcher be the source of this? Could it be a sexually transmitted disease thing? I mean, I suppose anything is possible, although I don't think that many people are having that much sex with that many other people for it to be likely. But any sort of contact would probably do. Let's just make sure we get everything. Well, that's one place investigated. I've got another over on that side, and I can't remember which. What? Oh, Dr. Swansea has something else to say to me. Yeah, I might want to talk to him before I talk to the Lord again. He might have something important to say about this. I'm not going to tell him about the Escalon Club, at least no details. Partly because I'm still not sure if I trust him, but also I don't want to get him or myself into trouble. And I have a feeling that is a one-way ticket to the land of trouble. And oh, I didn't talk to you about the infections, did I? No, I didn't.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
Have we? Ooh, we've got some more. Ooh.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Do you not trust her? Because here's the thing. She'd know.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Yeah, I'm staying out of this.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire, in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Possible. Okay. Which one's hopes to be more efficient? When it hopes to be more efficiently pursue her fight against injustice once she becomes an immortal. Okay. Oh. You're the pillar. You're the pillar. How interesting. And what's your plan?
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Stop playing this game. Never. Be very careful. No, stop. Stop. Don't mess around. This is, I'm not going against your mother here.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reid. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
It was. Please do not. Yeah. Don't even mention it again. Don't. Are you mad? No. Right.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern
I've already
part
got
of this
clues for
neighborhood.
that one. All right. So I think.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
That is true. Be sure to tell her that I did not bite you.